I was walking in here because you got the banner behind you, 1970. You were there for
May 8th, 1970.
you were there for the first Knicks championship
I
in
was 13 years
1970.
old.
Yeah, you were 13. What do you remember about that night?
Well, this scene, what happened is the scene in my film, Crooklyn, which is semi-autobiographical about us growing up in Brooklyn. And my father, Billy, great musician, composer, had a concert that night. And my mother, my late mother, said, "You have to support your father." And my father said, "Spike's going to the game."
Was that where it started for you? Because I mean, look.
No, it started way before that because my father was taking me to the garden was over on an 8th Avenue before they moved in the current location. So father and son, and here's the thing I say. It's a father's duty. Whatever his team is, that has to be his sons and daughters.
Yeah.
And today, that went out. I mean, I see fathers. I know they're New Yorkers, and that kid's got a Red Sox hat, a Red Sox hat, or like a Celtic. Like, are you divorced or what, man? You're not around. Is there a separation? What's up with that?
So then, what was the first Knicks memory that you have? Because you were going with your dad, but what was that first memory that sticks out to you?
You know what? We weren't sitting courtside.
That took a while to get there. Took a while to get there.
Oh yeah, little films and stuff like that. But
yeah,
here's the thing, though. I was just happy to be there. My father can afford it. I mean,
it's a lot different from 50 years ago.
Yeah.
What do you?
And I like to say,
yeah,
I paid for my tickets.
Yeah.
I got my tickets, season tickets. When Dave DeBusschere pulled the envelope out of everything, they called it, and it said Patrick Ewing, I ran to the subway station, got off at 34th Street, and slept online. So I've had my season tickets since Patrick Ewing's rookie year.
Wow.
And so every other year I move down.
That's how it works. Move up in life, move down in seats. Little by little.
So my first, then, the different sections had different colors. So my first season tickets were green. That was a color.
I think about, I'm from the Atlanta area. I know that's where you were born, Morehouse.
Grady Hospital.
Very nice, very nice.
My father, I went to Morehouse.
And then
my father went to Morehouse.
So you're the same as my family.
My grandfather went to Morehouse. My mother and grandmother went to Spelman.
Mother, grandma, aunts, Spelman.
You too?
Uncles, Morehouse, grandfather, Morehouse.
Come on now.
Now, see, I can't fully give you that though because I broke it. I went to Northwestern to play basketball.
Come on. Give me.
I can't rep it. I can't rep it for real. But I respect
Where'd
it.
your parents go?
Mom went to Spelman. Grandfather, Morehouse.
Come on, you give it up, babe. Put the piece of paper down.
Yeah. We got the real. Yeah. There you go.
Also,
there you go.
When my father was a freshman, Dr. Martin Luther King was a senior. And Martin Luther King III and I are in the same class.
Wow.
Class 79.
Wow.
What? Legacy.
All right, we can talk about Atlanta another time, but that's a big legacy. I wanted to ask about, New York Knicks are very special, I think, in terms of relationship of a sports team to a city.
I can break it down.
Yeah, what do the Knicks mean to New York City?
You got baseball, the New York Yankees and the Mets. Football, the New York Giants and the Jets. And then you got the various hockey teams, New Jersey. I don't even know what their name is. The Devils.
Devils. Rangers.
Islanders.
Islanders. Yeah.
So there's a split. And they don't get along, And then, respectfully, because I know the owner of the team down the block, the Brooklyn Nets. But the Knicks are the one team here in this city, like everybody, are the blue skies. And
It unites the city, that team.
I mean, it is amazing. I wrote an opinion piece for the New York Times recently, I think it was last week, and I talked about how it's a love fest here. Everybody's wearing a Knick t-shirt, a hat. You might be I'm walking, down the block, and you see somebody, you don't stop, but you give a fist on the go. I'm like, the look. We're not gonna have no conversations, but we're gonna there's a connection.
They know.
It's connection.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, it is, and I know people who don't live here think that's some BS, but this is straight up. It is like New York City, crime has gone down. You see that?
Yeah.
Now, that's not an indication. I don't know what the hell is. Crime is down here in New York City. You see the picture behind me.
Yeah.
In November, the Pope Vatican, they gave invitations to artists. He wanted to meet artists all around the world. So, I'm going to meet the Pope. The Pope went to Villanova. And we had 4, but now we got 3 guys who went to Villanova. So I said, I bet. I got my man with the organization. I said, yo, I need 2 official jerseys. He said, for what, sir? I said, look, so Pope. So I had 2 going to Vatican City. I gave him 1 signed by me, and I gave him another for him to sign. It came back 2 months later, but it was signed.
I feel like you are such a staple at the games. You've been so for so long. But obviously, people watch the games. They see Ben Stiller out there, Mariska Hargitay, Sarah Jessica Parker, Timothy Chalamet too. And
let me speak on that.
Yeah, speak on it.
Peace and love.
Yeah.
Peace and love. We're all Knick fans. We all support each other. We're there to support the team.
Yeah.
That's it,
And I was just going to say,
I just let it squash this too.
Yeah.
We all got respect and love each other. There's no none of that. It's like we're there, support the Knicks.
And I didn't think there was any beef at all, but
Yeah,
I was
I'm
just saying.
people like some other,
Yeah.
It's cool, peace.
Well, I was just gonna say, you guys have a group chat or something. You guys hang out. Like what are the conversations like? You see each other in the hallway or whatever at games.
Like we're happy. We talk about who our favorite players are and how we're doing. What halftime might be discussing.
Drawing up some plays, actually.
Are we good? It's just. It's all love.
Yeah. The Knicks are really interesting because with as high profile as they've been for a long time, the Knicks haven't won in the same way that the Lakers or Celtics or, I guess Bulls for a stretch too have won. And yet for New Yorkers, through the highs and the lows, the team has still stayed hot.
But you know why that is, my brother?
Yeah, tell me.
Basketball is a city game. How many basketball courts are in New York City?
Can't count.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a city game. And don't even try to bring up Indiana.
It's a different type of basketball heart. But you think it builds sort of from the ground up, that energy around seeing good basketball.
Playing on the courts.
Yeah.
With no nets. Or at least sometimes they chain on a net. Basketball is a city game.
Yeah.
It's been like that from the jump.
How do you compare the finals runs of the 90s versus this one.
Was that the team we were the first team to make the finals and we were in eighth, finished eighth? Yeah.
I think so. It was either
Yeah,
that or
we finished
94, but
eighth,
yeah.
And we
First
were the
eighth
first
seed.
and still the only team that finished eighth at the end of the regular season made it to the finals.
Yeah.
That Spurs team. And then I like to say this. I'm gonna give a shout out to Pop. He's a great, great man. More than a coach, Popovich. I don't know if you saw the last thing he talked about, the state of America. I mean, that's my guy,
Yeah.
Coach Pop.
Yeah.
Love
Greg
him.
Popovich
Yeah, just make
won
sure you
so
put
many.
that in.
No, of course,
I
of
love
course,
Pop.
of course. Coach Greg
And
Popovich
shout out to Coach Pop.
has won many, many championships with the Spurs, and I mean,
it's
he's coaching
more
this
than
new
that, though,
generation
because just
too.
his outlook on
Yeah.
the world, man. He's just like he recently had something about how this country's so divisive, and man, Pop broke it down. You should try to find that.
I'll find that.
He's
I'll find
a
that.
great, great guy.
He
I love him.
never held back in anything he said.
And he's on the side. Coach Pop. We conclude this. Coach Pop is on the side of righteousness. Forget basketball. I mean, that guy. Shout out to Pop.
Well, and one of the great things about Pop is he, people look at the NBA, and yes, there's a big business aspect to it. To your point, he's treated that organization a lot like a family. So you look at someone like Victor Wembanyama, who I know you're trying to beat right now, but you've also got a signed jersey of his up on the wall here. And why is that?
Whoa.
Tell me about it.
His rookie jersey.
Rookie jersey, yeah.
You know how much? A couple of how much that's going to be worth.
But I just wonder, what
And
do you
think about it. You should
Yeah.
have a cutaway of that, right?
Yeah.
And the thing, he drew a diagram of me, and he says him. I got great respect for my brother, and also I met his father too. So, look, yes, he's going through the fire, and this is going to make him a better. It's only his second year. I mean,
Third.
he's a problem now.
Yeah.
But woo, he's gonna win multiple rings.
But not this year.
Tough business. You gotta go through the fire.
Yeah.
You just don't come on, you show up on the spot and it don't work like that.
Yeah. You've been a fan for all these years, going back to childhood. What would a championship mean to you personally?
Yeah, I can't even describe that. I've been thinking about this. Am I gonna cry? I mean, tears of joy, but I don't. All I can say is I'm gonna be bugging out. I'm gonna be bugging.
What is so special about this Knicks team, as someone who's seen so many Knicks teams?
I gotta give credit to Leon Rose, the architect, president/general manager. He put this team together. And this team reminds me of the team coached by the great Red Holzman, that championship team. The backcourt. We're talking about the 69-70 team.
Okay.
In the backcourt, the late great Dick Barnett, Walt Frazier. The forwards, the late great Dave DeBusschere, Bill Bradley, and captain Willis Reed. Coming off the bench, Cassie Russell, Dave Stallworth. Nate Bowman was a backup center. Johnny Warren, Bill Hoskett. I know, please forgive me if I don't remember everybody, but.
You see this team and that team.
Teamwork, a team. And I got to shout out to Coach Mike Brown. No disrespect to Coach Timms. All love. And this is our moment. We will not be denied. 53 years since New York Knicks have won an NBA championship. That's 5 decades and 3 years. How long? Too long. How long? Too long. And when this glorious day happens, there are a lot of people think that, though, for the sake of New York City not turned to Gotham City, that victory is on the road. I mean,
But you want it here. Yeah.
but I'm telling you, here's the thing now. I know we need NYPD. They might call the National Guard, but absolutely no ICE. ICE cannot come. We don't need them. That just make it worse. So
That's not helpful to the Knicks and New York celebration.
ICE is the complete opposite of the love that New Yorkers will share. We've been sharing, but will be an ultimate pinnacle. But ICE is the antithesis of what we're about.
You know, we were talking about your dad earlier, and you became a fan because of him after all those years. I should just say talented bassist Bill Lee scored some of your movies, but also
Yeah, he did
a
scores
feature
for
with so many artists
my
as
father did
well.
the scores for all my films at NYU Graduate Film School. Then
Yeah.
She's Gonna Have It, School Days, Do the Right Thing, and Mo Better Blues.
So when you think about him and his impact on your life, what do you think he would say in this moment ahead of a potential Knicks championship?
That's a great question. My father loves sports. Here's the thing, though. My mother was a cinephile. I'm the first of 5. And my father hated Hollywood films. He hated Hollywood films. So he was not going. So I was my mother's movie date. And the sports stuff, came from him. And that's why I said that's too early. Like when May 8th, 1970, my father had the concert that night, and my mother said, "You should go."
Yeah.
My father said, "Nah, Spice going to the game." and again, I don't repeat myself, but that scene is in the film Crooklyn.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, but you gave me my first welcome to New York moment.
What was this?
I'm going to tell you. So, been to New York many times all my life, but then I moved here officially in 23. I was out on the street getting ready to go live on a story, and I saw you coming down the street, and I'm like, oh man.
Where was this?
This was, I want to say it was like somewhere in Soho area. And
I just walked by. I was walking in your direction.
yeah, you were walking in my direction, and you were on my side of the street. So I'm like, oh man, I gotta say something. I'm in New York City.
We were shooting at the time.
Yeah, we were about to shoot.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, I'm in New York City. I gotta say something. So you're coming. And you get close. I'm about to say something, and you go, CNN? And I was like,
Why?
hey,
Yeah, you had the thing on the mic.
no. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, I'm Omar. So nice to meet you. And, we talked for a while, and you said, yeah, I've seen you a few times. Like, keep doing your thing. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm trying. And you said, no.
With the word try?
Yeah. What did Yoda say?
Hit you with the Yoda?
Yeah. You hit me with the what did Yoda say?
Oh, I'm a 10
Do or do not.
Yeah.
There is no try.
I'm a 10 professor of film at NYU Graduate Film School. I went, me and Ernest Dickerson and Ang Lee, we were all in the same class together. At any time one of my students says the word try, I go, oh! And my TA hands him the picture Yoda and the quote.
So you had that ready to go. I was just like, I think about that all the time because I was like, all right, I'm in New York.
Words are powerful.
Yeah.
Words are powerful.
Yeah. All right. Before we go, let me hit you with a few rapid fire, and then we'll get you on with your day. So, make another movie with Denzel or Knicks championship.
I got Denzel,
You got a lot of
Mo
them. with him.
Better, Malcolm X,
He got game.
Inside Man, he got game. That's 5, right?
Highest, lowest.
High school. That's 5.
Yeah.
So what's the question again?
Make another movie with Denzel or Knicks championship.
Well, Denzel said publicly that he only has 2 more films are done. So I don't know. I'll include in that list. So. But Denzel understand why. He said already he's retired.
All right, so Knicks championship. I got you. All right, this is the next either or, and then I'll leave it there. I heard you say you'd rather have a Knicks championship than win another Oscar, but would you trade your Oscar for a Knicks championship?
Yes.
Wow, there's no hesitation.
I got 2. One's
that's
like
true.
honor.
That's true.
I would trade the honorary one
Okay.
and keep the one for screenwriting for Black
Klansman.
Klansman.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I
fair
trade
enough.
that in a second.
All right, fair enough.
I'd
But what
trade
about
that
what about
in
the
a
Black?
second.
What about the Black Klansman one?
Or nah.
Yeah. You got to keep that.
I got 2. So I give it-
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Favorite part about this Knicks team?
There's a sequence that they keep showing on television, like it was from Game 2, where they made like, I don't exaggerate, like 10 passes. You know what I'm talking about?
Into the paint, kicking out, drive paint, kicking out.
Oh man,
Corner Mikal Bridges 3.
You know, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's kinetic, it's like boom, 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 and then the Spurs, they're running around, we're like, what the f? They're trying to, it's like, whop, 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 whop. They should have been like one of these too. It was so, you can't defend that.
Yeah.
And also, that doesn't work unless you practice that. Find the open man.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Knicks fans in a single word.
No. Fanatical. That's where the word fan
That's an
comes
easy
from.
one. That's an easy one.
See, you should have went to Morehouse. Come on, give me some explain.
That was good. Something you admire about this Spurs team.
I like their coach, Mitch, my light-skinned brother. Light-skinned. But also, it goes back to Pop. I love Coach Popovich. Love him. And, you know, that team you see on the court, that's him.
Favorite memory at the Garden?
May 8th, 1970.
Most New York thing about this run?
The Knicks have brought the whole city together.
Yeah.
You know. You know, on my set, when the phone goes off, that's $100. When the camera's rolling. It's my phone.
Is it your phone?
Oh, that doesn't work when
Yeah, I was gonna say. All right, give me the 100. Where's the 100?
My bad. You know what? Hold on.
Yeah. No, you're good. Last question. Knicks win the championship. What's the title of the movie?
Orange Blue Skies.
Spike Lee joint. I love it. Appreciate
All right,
it.
thank you.